I'm Vince Wright. I'm a project superintendent with Centra Construction here in the San Francisco Greater Bay Area. A small firm of 15 to 20 employees that works here in the Bay Area. And
have you worked for CenterCal before?
we've only worked for them once, and that was probably about 7-8 years ago on a project over in the East Bay. It was Blackhawk Plaza. We built up 3 new restaurants for them. They were design build, so we had a lot of input into design, materials, and construction. They were fast track. We jumped in and figured these things out with the owner and put them together, basically 3 restaurants in 3 months. Briefly met him at our kickoff meeting in the project. So that was where we got basically introduced to CenterCal and how their rules basically are handed over to us at that time as how we're supposed to function within their facility. The way the project was presented to us is this was their project. There was no outside forces, the community and the local city government was not involved in it. It was straight up a CenterCal project. I mean, they seemed to have a genuine interest in these 3 restaurants' success, and we were excited about it. Initially, in the beginning, I had no reservations. I mean, they've worked with a lot of different clients and owners in the past 30 years, and they seemed straight up as any of them right off the bat. So initially, it was a good conversation and a good kickoff meeting. I was a project superintendent, so my role was to help coordinate the day-to-day activities on the job, work directly with CenterCal, who own the mall, make sure that we were working within their guidelines as far as access in and out, working with their systems in there, and making sure we didn't upset any of their existing clients. We used our own forces on this project, and we did a lot of self-perform work for a couple reasons. One, we wanted to be able to control it and provide a quality product. The other reason is we were able to meet within their budget. So it was during that time the economy wasn't all that great, so it was a job for us, and we were happy to have it. So we put our tools on, and we put a lot of blood and sweat into it. We had a couple of challenges around Christmas. We got their first wine bar going, right? And unfortunately, with an older building, things happen, and the sanitary pipe that we were directed to tie the new restaurant into turned out to be abandoned. So it was a long abandoned line, several hundred feet long, so it ran the restaurant for almost 2 weeks before suddenly it's began to back up. So during that time, it was around Christmas, so instead of putting the Christmas tree lights up with my kids, I was out there with the restaurant trying to work a little pump system to transfer from one floor sink to another to keep the restaurant operating, which we did, and then we were able to make the repairs, later on after the holiday. Yeah, we were invited to the soft opening for the restaurants, so we were all excited about that. So
They liked your work.
they liked our work. We were proud of it. We got dressed up. We brought our wives and families out. And we were treated to a nice meal and got to show everybody our project. Well, for me, since I'm involved in actually the physical construction of it, we hit our end dates. We got the restaurants open, and for me, it was a success. Right? I'm in charge of the field, making sure it's done. Cleaning up the paperwork, getting the final payments, that usually falls on somebody else. I get pulled in when they need help on occasion. So, and that's what happened on this project. Typically, the checks are mailed to the general contractor, us. We pay off our subs. We provide the owner that information that we paid our subs, and then we'll issue the next check. The last payment we were trying to get out of them, right, fell within a few days of our lien rights expiring. So they actually went so far to actually send us a fax copy of our final payment, the final check. Said, hey, where are you guys at with all your lien releases so we can get this last check to you? And it never showed up. I mean, that's really it. Hindsight's 20/20 with these guys, and we knew when our lien rights expired, and so did they. And CenterCal was very good at what they did. The way they presented our payments, the way they played the game, so to speak, was it was almost as if they'd done it before. They actually dragged their feet with the payments after everything was done. Okay, yeah, your check will be in the mail, and it never showed up. In my opinion, it was done completely intentional. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
I mean, because for those guys to literally send us, right, a picture of our final payment, really? Who does that?
Is that?
I guess it should have been a clue right then when I saw this come through, really?
Yeah.
Center Cal's out for Center Cal. I don't understand how disingenuous they were with the lien rights.
Right.
I mean, that's my experience with them. They're out for themselves, nobody else. I would not recommend Center Cal. Not the way they treated us. I mean, we busted our tail to put these projects together. If they're considering working with Center Cal in the future, I would recommend that they do a little research. You know, there are good developers out there. There are great developers out there. Okay, and I've worked with many of them. But it's not Center Cal. The way they treated us, and the amount of effort we put in this project, and the way they stiffed us on the last payment, there's no way I'd work with these people again. Basically, in a nutshell, what we did is we produced this project for them, right? We worked through design build, put our own blood, sweat, and tears into it. We finished it on time. We got them in there, and when it came down to them paying the bill in the end, they chose to never send the check. I'll never forget the way those guys treated us in the end. I literally, here's your carrot. Sorry, you're never gonna see it. And they didn't care.